All right, we are live, guys. Welcome to Jason Hebert Live. We have another missing persons interview for you. If you are into true crime stories, news, interviews with the families of missing persons, we do that a few times a week. Hit subscribe below and make sure to set the notification bell to all to be notified every time we upload a new video. Again, we do all kinds of true crime stuff. Also, please check out Be United Missing Persons. That's www.b-united.org. And then their Facebook group is posted below. Please go ahead and check them out. Oh, 1 second. They are an awesome group for the missing. So check them out. You can also see the subject of tonight's interview. His page will be linked below. His name is Juan Santiago. So while we give a moment for the chat to fill up here, if you are in the chat, looks like we got about close to 30 people. Go ahead and say hello so that we know you're here. Otherwise, you will remain anonymous. So if that's your choice, by all means, you can do that. Let's just take a minute and look at some pictures of Juan here. Give me a moment. Okay. Let me pull them up. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so this is Juan Santiago. This is his missing flyer created by Be United. So Juan is from Chelsea, Massachusetts, originally. He went missing in San Antonio, Texas. Can you guys see my pictures here? Yes. After a distressing 911 call, which we should have to play for you in just a few moments so that you guys can get a feel for what was going on that night. His girlfriend that he was with that night, there's a little suspicion there. As you guys know, we never make any hard accusations on this show, but there is some suspicions regarding that. And then she has since passed as well. So I will let his aunt and the mother of his child tell that story. They can tell it better than me. So let's get into his story. These are some of his pictures here. So on June 20th, 2020, Juan Santiago called 911 complaining he had just been robbed while at a motel with his girlfriend, Christina. Juan seemed to be upset with Christina throughout the duration of the call and then finally took off running, telling the operator, "I'm running for my life. Call me back." Juan would not answer the phone on the callback and would never be heard from again. Juan had just moved to San Antonio, Texas within 24 hours with Christina from Chelsea, Mass for work and for other reasons as well, which Lily and Sarah will get into. Christina would later call Juan's family crying, saying he was missing and she needed $500. Not long after, Christina would move first to Florida, then back to Massachusetts, where she would end up in the hospital where she would die. Juan's family suspects it may be a suicide out of guilt and that Christina may know what happened to him. They pray she didn't take the answers with her to her grave and that she told someone, and someone out there may know something. So if you have any information, they beg you to come forward, no matter how small or insignificant a piece it may seem. Tonight we have Lily Santiago, Juan's aunt, on to tell his story, as well as Sarah, the mother of his children. Give me 1 second. How are you guys doing today? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hi, Sarah. Sarah, I just heard feedback. Okay, just making sure I didn't hear double. Okay, well, first off, guys, I want to say, of course, I'm so sorry for what you're going through. And you do have, obviously, the support of me and my team. I have a group of people that work with me.
I can't hear you.
Can't hear me? Sarah, can you hear me?
Jason, you're breaking up.
Oh, give it a minute. It should fix itself. Still can't hear me?
I can't hear you. You're breaking up.
Okay, give it 1 minute. It should fix. I don't know why. Hey guys in the chat, can you hear me? I'm trying to figure out if it's my connection or if it's Lily.
I can.
Not my connection.
Yeah. Well, okay, Sarah, you can hear me. Am I still breaking up, Lily?
No, I can hear you now.
Okay, good. So it's probably me. Grotto says audio is good on our side. Okay, it looks like it was fixed. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes tech issues pop up, not much we can do. I wanted to say I'm so sorry for what you guys are going through. I don't think you heard me say that. And obviously you have the support of me and my team. I have a good group of people that work with me, both trying to find, Juan online or just uncover any tips, or if there's any witnesses or anything we can track down. I have a pretty good group of people for help. And so you completely have our support. And I'm so sorry you guys have to go through this. So hopefully this leads to some answers. So why don't we can start with Lily, I guess. It's up to you guys how you want to go back and forth, but just tell us a little bit about Juan, and then kind of lead into the days and months before his disappearance.
My nephew, he had a good heart. My nephew, he loved music. He loved to dance. He definitely loved his kids. He used to always play with my nieces and nephews here, doing dance off and stuff like that. One was always a helper, always wanted to help, and always definitely a family person, and a kid magnet. The kids were always connected to him. The only vice I would say that my nephew had was, that he drank, but that's it. Otherwise he was lovable. Sarah, what do you want to say?
I agree. He was a great father. He's always been a great father. The kids know that they're loved. The only problem he ever had was he liked to drink a little more than most, but it was never anything that ruined anything that he had to do in his life. He was a great father, great partner. We didn't work out. We were young. We dated when we were 15 until we were 23, 25. I don't remember.
Right.
We raised our kids together. He's always been there for his kids. He's always stayed in touch with his kids. He's always been a great person. Everybody loves him. We have this huge following on Facebook, on Instagram, everywhere, of everybody that has reached out, from people that he went to high school with, people he went to middle school with, junior high school with, or elementary school with, that he hasn't seen in years, and everybody's just devastated. He's had
Right.
so many people that have cared about him for so long, and it's been amazing how much people have reached out to us to try to help, to try to be there, anything they can possibly do. He has made a big impact on a lot of people's lives, and I don't think he ever knew how important he was to so many different people, and it wasn't just family. It's been amazing.
Yeah. I've been getting inboxes by people that I don't even know, but it shows that is friends of his, just telling us that they're with us and that they're following the story and that they've been sharing. And this is why we're here today, because we want a story out there. We need
It's okay.
my nephew home. Our family, we need closure. We need to find out what happened to him. How does a person go to San Antonio, Texas, and all of a sudden goes missing? The last thing he says was, they're putting me in a car, license plate number, and then the phone went dead. So how does that happen? Um, there was no, like, after I spoke with Christina, and when I asked her, did you go to the cops? Did you file a report? She said she tried to file a report, and what they said to her was, because she wasn't family, she couldn't file. So then I called and I introduced myself as his maternal aunt. And I said, what is it that we need to do? Because we're here in Boston, Mass, to file a report. And what they said to me was, that first of all, they didn't consider him missing because an officer, so supposedly a security guard, although they didn't tell me it was a security guard. All they said was an official seen him. He was seen. So, and since he's 35 years old, he's not considered missing.
When did they say he was seen?
That night by a security. They didn't say it was a security guard. They just said it was official. We found out that it was a security guard who also called 911 that day. We haven't heard that report. I mean, that police report. That 911 call. The only call that we were able to get after 2 weeks, because at first we didn't know a 911 call existed until we found out on Facebook. Then I called my sister, said, you realize there's a 911 call? Supposedly when Chito called 911 that night. So my sister called San Antonio to request a copy. They told us that we needed to request it in writing. So she requested in writing. It was like 2 weeks later we got it, and we heard it as a family. And it's just something happened.
Okay, Cheeto was his nickname, I'm assuming.
Well,
Definitely.
we called him Juan Chito. Chito, yeah, yeah,
Oh, Juan Cheeto. Okay.
Juan Chito. Was yeah.
We have a lot of people letting you guys know they're here. A lot of them Santiago, so I'm assuming family members. So the first question we have is actually a question of mine. So Christina asked for $500 when she called. What was her
Yeah, she
reasoning for
called.
that?
She said that because supposedly he had taken when he ran out the 911. I mean, when he ran out the hotel, that he had grabbed her wallet and her phone. So when she called hysterically, she said that she needed $500. I said, I'm not. I said, we're not sending no money until you tell us exactly what happened to my nephew. Then she called back 6 different times asking for different amounts. Like she kept on changing up the amounts. From what I understand, she also reached out to my sister, her Wang's mom, um, who's deaf. My sister's deaf mute, so she's got to use the TTY, and called my sister asking for money. And when that happened, my other sister walked in on it. She said that supposedly that he was arrested and that they were holding him, so she needed the money for bail. My sister then said, "Wait a minute. So what jail are they holding him in? So give me the information." She freaked out and she goes, I'm sorry. It was a misunderstanding," and hanged up the phone. I didn't know this piece until my other sister told me. So that's another little thing that's there. So you got all these little different pieces and all these different stories, and we don't know what's going on. The point is my nephew's missing and we haven't heard from him, which is not like my nephew. My nephew always he's a family man, always reached out, calling my mom, calling his mom, my brothers and sisters. He used to always show up, at the house on his bike and stuff. My nephew would never, this is not him. He would have reached out to Sarah, to his kids. It's unlike him for him not to reach out to his family. So something happened there. We just don't know what happened. And then the only reason why we got let me tell you, the police over there were complete racists. And I say that because they was no help whatsoever. And Sarah can attest to that because when she went herself there. Um, but the thing is,
Oh,
like,
they made it
we got
look
help.
we had the ransom text messages saying that they were they were cartel, they were holding him hostage, he was very sick, he was dying. If we didn't give him that $7,000, then they were gonna kill him. And this is a very serious situation. When I contacted the police and showed them, they said, "Are you sure that it's not him texting you that?" And it
They
was all
texted that to Christina's phone?
he sent it to
No,
they sent that to my phone.
To your phone?
I went out to San Antonio. I started posting flyers of his picture and I had my phone number on it, a missing persons flyer on anything and everything. We put it in the hospitals, police station has it, we put it under bridges, every homeless shelter has it. We passed it out to people and I had my phone number on it. The day we did that, I started getting these ransom text messages from the same person. And come to find out, what we were told, that was all a hoax and that this is a common thing out there. But the police, when I had contacted them and I had spoke to the officer that arrived at the scene the day that Juan had called 911, it was Officer Sparks. He's the one that came to the scene that day. And he told me, oh, he remembered the whole thing. And he's like, this is a very bad area. Are you sure that he just doesn't, want to be found? Are you sure that he's not the one texting you for these ransoms? And no, he has a whole family. He doesn't come from poverty. He's not, he's fine. Like he would never have to do that. There would be no reason for that. And then, they kept giving me the runaround. They were giggling and laughing. It was very obnoxious. And I don't understand why this is so common out there and no one's taking it seriously, because there's no way he just took off and would never, want to contact his family anymore and start a new life somewhere else. When he took off running, he had no shoes on. He left all his belongings at that hotel room he was staying at, including his wallet, his ID, all his cards, everything he had, took off running. Now, in that 911 call, I don't know if you have the whole 911 call. He says,
He does.
running for my life.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm going to call you back. And then he says, actually, I'm going to put you in my pocket. And you can hear him running. You can hear it swishing around like when you're in somebody's pocket.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, and he also said that they were being robbed. Now, I don't understand why this hasn't become a criminal case. When the cops arrived to the scene that day at the hotel, they laughed about it. They laughed about it with the manager at the hotel, and they were saying, "Oh, this is funny. It's a guy running from his girlfriend. Ha ha ha." Now, mind you, this is at between noon and 1 o'clock in the afternoon, broad daylight. But no one saw anything, no one heard anything, and no one's seen him since. This is a hotel room right off the highway. The highway is literally right next. You walk across the street, and that's the highway. It's a main road in between the highway. There's warehouses and distribution centers all behind that hotel. It's very wide open. There's other hotels right there. There's a restaurant. There is a gas station right there. But nobody saw anything, and nobody's heard anything or seen him since. It makes no sense. I don't understand why it had been taken as a joke. They wouldn't file it as a missing persons report, because in Texas, if you're not elderly or you're not disabled or you're not a child, they can't file it as a missing persons report. So his aunt, Nana, had to fight and write emails to any and everyone above the police station until somebody helped us. And then we got 2 detectives on the case, but that was 4 weeks after he went missing.
She went straight to the internal affairs, is what she did. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I don't understand why it wasn't a serious situation right from the get-go, from that 911 call with the dispatcher, him telling the dispatcher, there's people trying to rob us. I am running for my life. The phone gets cut off.
And doesn't he say something to Christina like, "Why would you do this?" or something?
Yeah,
I thought I heard.
I trusted you. Why did you do this? You know they're not just gonna let me go.
Yeah, he's telling Christine that he's mad at her. He's arguing with her. He's clearly upset with her.
Yeah, definitely.
Now,
we're gonna listen to it in a moment also.
Okay, when I went out there, she kept telling me, I hope you guys get that 911 call, because you're going to hear me telling him, calm down, you're hallucinating, you just need to lay down, hang up the phone. None of that was said. Said from her 911 call. And he was very upset with her. And the second he walked out of that hotel room and said, I can see the car right now, the plate number is, and then the phone,
and then it went
him running, and it's like it's swishing, swish, and then all of a sudden you hear him get back on, and he said, I just had to run for my life.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call you back. Actually, I'm gonna put you back in my pocket. Then you hear a little bit of scruffle, and you hear a little bit of noise. Then you hear nothing, and then you hear 2 people say something that's very hard to understand, but it sounds like somebody saying, "Where is it?" And then the phone gets cut off. And we've never seen or heard, or he's vanished since that phone call. Yet it's it's not. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to say the thing that confused me is because they're saying that and again, this is all alleged, that she set him up, but they were only there less than 24 hours, right? It's not like she would, and she didn't know anyone down there, like a friend she would have had. I mean, I'm sure something could happen within 24 hours, but
supposedly she didn't know anybody there, but I think otherwise. And listen, and that right now that they're asking about why didn't they trace the phone calls. That's one of the things that we asked. Why couldn't they trace where the phone was last pinged from the towers? We don't know. All we know is they do have her phone. They didn't get on this until, like I said, until my sister went right over. Everybody said went straight to internal affairs. You got 2 detectives, and the person who's been moving on this case has been Detective Bias from Chelsea, Mass. Like he's the one who's been getting information and stuff. And then supposedly the FBI is involved now. So we were supposed to meet with them tomorrow to get some information, update information, but nothing. All this time has passed. Any type of evidence was gone. If they were if they did their job from the beginning the way they were supposed to, we would have some kind of answers at this point. But the 911
From
dispatch, like the whole people, they dropped the ball. He clearly states, "I'm running for my life." That right there, he was in imminent danger. So definitely, and he named the person Dave.
Um,
I mean, you could clearly hear it.
So Grotto, this guy that's on the screen right now, this is a friend of the channel. He does a lot of videos with me, real good friend of mine. He says he broke the audio down and she says it twice and it sounds like David the first time, but he says he thinks she's saying baby, not David. The second time, I guess she pronounces the E at the end a lot. So he says, I mean, we can listen to how he broke it down or whatever, but and again, this isn't definitive. I'm just giving you ideas. It sounds like she says baby stop.
We had a friend who broke it down and it was clear. So
David, definitely.
I don't know.
Or Davey.
Yep. I don't know. I don't know about baby, but I heard David.
I had it broke down too. I heard baby, but I didn't hear anything from her until he clearly left the hotel room and started describing the car. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with what a bird call is. It's a gang kind of thing. And a bird call is like a way of getting the attention of somebody. Something's about to go down, something's about to happen without saying a name. It's like a sound somebody makes to another person.
Like a skoo or something like that. Like
it's more like a whistle.
A whistle.
Like bird whistle. And that's the crip game.
Right. It's a bird call and you can hear it. So I don't know how much involvement she has in it. I just know she knows a lot more. She knew a lot more as to what happened that day and as to what happened before that 911 call and what happened after that 911 call. Not that she actually physically did something herself. She just never told us, so we could get to the bottom of this, get the answers that we all deserve, that Juan deserves. Are you going to play that 911 call so we can all...
Yeah, do you want me to play now? I just didn't want to interrupt you guys. I wanted to make sure.
Hold on for a minute. I think you guys should step out.
I think we lost Sarah.
Huh? Because they're going to play the whole 911 call. I don't know if you want to listen to it.
Well, it's most of it. He did speed up a couple parts and stuff. So, but it is most of it.
Okay, because I have both my parents in my room now. So,
well, we can wait if you want to wait till they can get comfortable somewhere else.
No, they want to listen to it. So go ahead. This is going to be the first time for them to listen to the whole thing.
Okay, just so you know, though, I don't know if they can hear me now, but it's edited, mostly for swears. But so there will be little pieces that they don't hear, but they'll get the idea, obviously.
Okay.
Hang on, let me where's my phone? I'm gonna play it on my phone into the mic. I don't have the best audio set up here.
Yeah.
Give me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where's my phone?
Yeah, it's tough. I don't think she wants to. Go ahead, Mom. Y después pues podemos verlo si tú quieres.
Give me 1 sec, guys. Sorry. Did I drop it? All right, we are going to play the 911 call. Oh, God. Hope I don't get a copyright thing like that.
What happened?
There was a little noise. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, no, that was me. That was my cell phone. My sister's phone.
Oh, okay. I thought
one of my sisters doesn't know that I'm on.
Oh, okay. So we're going to play it right now. Hopefully it plays fine through here. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm downloading it. I had it on here, but I wasn't thinking. I don't have speakers because of these, so I can't play it through here. Okay, here we go.
Get the f away from me. Do you need police, fire, or EMS? Hello, 911. Do you need police, fire, EMS? I got a situation where I live at. Yes, sir. If you can track the phone down from where it's at right now, you know where I'm at. Are you at? It looks like a hotel I'm showing. The situation is, I had somebody, come in and try to rob me and all kind of things. Motel 6. What's the room number there? Please, can you send somebody here? Yes, sir. What's the room number there at the Hotel 6? We're at Motel 6. Yes, sir. And in San Antonio. Yes, sir. What's the room number? I don't even know the room number. I just moved here. Okay, sir. We'll have an officer come out to you. Is it just I know, kid. Physical? Verbal? Hello? I can't believe you did that. Oh, yes, sir. Is it verbal? Verbal arguing? Are you kidding? Hello? Me like that? Daddy. Hello? Yeah, yes, sir? I'll call you right back. Well, actually, let me talk to you so you get all the full information. Okay? Yes, sir. Okay, that's my God. Number. Yes, sir. I already sent this out to dispatch. Is that a family member you're arguing with? No, I'm at my girlfriend's house. Okay, it's her girlfriend? Yup. Okay. And is she arguing? Are you out of your fucking mind? Any drinking? Fuck out of here. Any drinking today, sir? Drugs, alcohol, weapons? No, I'm not going like that. He's about to do anything. Okay. You think that we're gonna let me go? You need medical attention, sir? Everything okay over there? That was all. All right, sir. Yeah, I'm looking at the car right now. Any COVID symptoms? Like sleep. No COVID?
He's fast forwarding. This is him running. You can hear it shuffling in his pocket. So Corrado fast forwarded. That's why it sounds weird.
Hello? Yes, sir? Can you hear me? I had to run for my life. Okay. Call me back. What's the description of the female? Oh, I'll just keep you in my pocket. What's the description of the female, sir? Hello? Hello?
It's another 20 seconds,
Hello?
but that's pretty much it, guys. As you can hear, he says, I had to run for my life.
Hello? Antonio,
Just want to make sure there's 12 more seconds.
Hello? 911, can you hear me?
Yeah, why does he say I'm at my girlfriend's house? Is it just because he's not thinking?
I think he's not thinking. He's ready for his wife, whatever. He wasn't thinking. He didn't even know the room number. He wasn't even there less than 24 hours.
Okay. And
So
I just want
this story is obviously totally different for what she said to Sarah. Okay. After you hearing that 911, because it's completely different. And by the way, Sarah's phone died, so she's recharging. That's why she cut out. She'll come back in when she gets it charged up a little bit more.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, we got plenty of time, so there's no rush. We can wait for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one thing I do want to say, though, obviously, we don't know exactly what happened, but just I saw a lot of things in the chat about someone saying kid, so there had to be a third person in there.
Remember
that's a Boston thing.
That's a Boston thing, yeah.
People call each other kid. A 90-year-old guy will call a 100-year-old guy kid. A guy will call his girlfriend, "What's up, kid?" So it doesn't necessarily mean he's not talking to her.
Yeah, he said, "Kid, I'm not just gonna go out like that. I ain't going out like that."
Yeah. So we don't know if it's her. Is there someone else there? Is there a Dave, Davey, David? Is it baby? I don't know, but you guys seem pretty sure that it is David.
Mm-hmm.
But this would definitely be someone from San Antonio, not someone that came with them from Boston, though, if there was a David, right?
And supposedly, this wasn't thing, but supposedly she had like 9 aliases. We got this information from someone else, but that's allegedly. But yeah. I don't know.
Deanne Humble asked, did they travel together? I think she needs
they've only been together for less than 6 months on something like that. This is the first time ever that Juanchito has traveled out besides Florida for him
That's
to
what
go
I
to
mean. But
San Antonio.
she went with Christina to Texas,
Yeah,
right?
he's only traveled either from here to Florida, but first time ever to San Antonio. He doesn't know anybody there. Matter of fact, my cousin Amy, she was the one when at the beginning she lives in Texas. She got me the list of all the hospitals, all the shelters, everything. And I called all the shelters. My sister Nana called all the hospitals. My sister even called the coroner's office just to see if we can get something moving. Like we started doing our own investigation since we felt San Antonio, Texas. They dropped the ball. They majorly dropped the ball in this case. And then and I'm gonna tell you something right now. Us as a family, we're not gonna stop. We're looking for my nephew until he gets home. So I don't care how many interviews we got to do, but we want his face out there and people just to share and share because we need closure. We need him home. It's I see my mom crying every day. My sister looks a mess because she wants her son home. And when we have our young kids asking us why do we have candles for my nephew, I gotta say he's lost and we got the light for him to follow the light just to bring him home. But there's so many questions that we had and we don't have answers for it because she took it away when she allegedly took her life. So we don't know nothing. But I know and I feel that she did speak to someone, but someone knows what happened. They just need to come and step up and give us what we need or something for us to follow.
Jake Knauer asks, did him and his girlfriend Christina have issues at all prior to this?
No, the only thing was that whole story that she said that she was supposedly pregnant, and then it came out that she wasn't pregnant. She actually had a tumor that was supposedly removed. But besides that, no. And we didn't know her like that. Like she really didn't come, or like we didn't know her as family. Like we normally would know a girlfriend of a nephew. She didn't really come to our family affairs and stuff like that. She just came a few times with him, and she'll either sit outside in the backyard, but otherwise we really didn't have a family thing with her.
Okay. And Sarah, you didn't know Christina at all prior to going to Texas, right?
Sorry, y'all, my phone died.
Oh, it's okay. It happens. We have tech issues all the time on this side, so don't worry about it. You didn't, I don't know if you heard me because I think it was loading, but you didn't know Christina at all prior to this, right?
No, none of us did. It was a new person that none of us knew. She was from a different city and out in Massachusetts that none of us knew.
And just for a little context, guys, Sarah's now living down south. She doesn't live there one anymore.
There was one thing that you did say, and it was, why did he say, because my kids are watching it outside, and I ran and got my charger. You asked, why did he say house? He was
You're breaking up, Sarah.
He was so upset with her. You can tell he's not paying attention to the dispatcher the whole time. The dispatcher keeps saying different things to him and he's not really responding to him. He was so upset with her. He just send help. That's all he's asking. Like, just send help. He was like, he was saying, I don't really care.
My niece is asking what the brother's name is.
Yeah, Sarah, are you in a different spot than earlier? Because I don't know if it's just me, but Sarah's breaking up pretty bad for me.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
I can hear you now.
I can hear you.
Okay, stop right there. Right there. We can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not moving.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just trying to go through the chat. I try to make sure we don't miss any questions or any important comments. Let me see here. They're asking, a couple people are asking, what's her brother's name?
Her cousins. She has, I think, a cousin or a brother named David.
Oh.
From Louisiana.
She has a cousin named David. That changes things quite a bit. Up, we got from Lauren Mock. She went with him to Texas because his friend Isaac had a job for him there.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it weren't for that, she would not have gone to Texas. That dispatcher's an idiot. He should have dispatched to the PD and spoken. I think she got cut off the message.
So I did speak to Isaac. Sarah gave me the number because Isaac is both Sarah and Juanchito's friend. I spoke to him and he told me that my nephew never reached out to him. He was supposed to reach out to him once he got there, and he never reached out to her. I mean, he never reached out to him. So
he never reached out to Isaac.
My nephew never reached out to Isaac. No.
Oh, well, he was only there 24 hours, so that would make sense, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Amanda.
My nephew was excited because he was like, yeah, when I get there, he's going to take me on Monday. And, but he was only there 24, was less than 24 hours, and he never connected. Amanda's asking that question. I seen that question. But we haven't reached out to her yet.
Do you know who that girl is, the one Amanda's referring to?
No, it was a friend. I guess it's a friend of Christina who lastly talked to her. Someone send me that.
Peyton Sawyer is the female's name posted on Christina's page, she says.
Yeah.
Tammy Spang asks, how long after he disappeared did Christina die?
Well, Sarah, she traveled with you to Florida, and then she left Florida when?
For a month, a little over a month.
You broke up in the beginning. Did you say a little over a month?
Yeah, a little over a month.
Okay. So he disappears. You're pretty quick out there. Yeah, it's pretty frozen. I can hear you, but the video's frozen. If you can maybe get to a different part of the house. Are you in the same spot you were in the beginning? Because it was great in the beginning. I don't know if it's because it's low battery or. Let me see. My sister has been missing since 1980. Yvette, if you'd like to contact me, I could go over that. I heard half of that sentence, Sarah. I think you were asking if we can hear you.
Yeah, I can. Okay, I can hear you guys. She says she was supposed to talk to her the night she passed.
I think she's talking about Peyton.
Yeah,
Peyton was supposed to talk to Christina.
Yeah,
she called the day she was getting checked in the hospital. She called me. She called another friend, Justin Robinson. She called our friend Gina Merlot. She called. I think Edison, but not sure for sure about those three people that she called.
When she called you, Sarah, what'd she say to you?
And she just said that, she was very upset. She scared she was going to hurt herself, and she was checking herself in the hospital. I was like, okay, maybe you should do that for now. But after that, I didn't know she was back in Boston at that point. That was the first time I found out she was back there. She had been back there. And I told her, maybe, you need a psychiatrist, because the hospital is not going to do much, but, help you for right now. And then that was the last I talked to her. And then I get the call from Gina Merlot the next day. No, I got it from Nana. And then I confirmed it with Gina Merlot that she was found dead in her bed.
At the hospital. It was Melrose Wakefield Hospital.
I was born in that hospital. Coincidentally.
Yeah.
Wakefield?
Yeah, that's why she was Melrose Wakefield. The guy that she was with when she left Florida, she went to this guy's house, and he wrote something on Facebook talking about that she wanted to hook up with him, allegedly hook up with him. That she's always had a crush on him, and then he questioned her. But wait a minute, isn't your boyfriend missing in San Antonio? How are you gonna go on with your life, not knowing what's going on with him? Did you see that?
Really bad. Okay.
Yeah, it's really, really bad, Sarah. If you can get to a better part of the house, that'd be better.
Kids are coming in.
Oh.
Let's see.
Marlyn says, Lily, Marlyn says,
yeah, that's my sister. That's my sister, Marilyn.
yeah.
And she said that Christina told her that she had family out there, and that's the reason why that the family was supposedly going to help them set up.
Okay, but sounds like she told different people different things, huh?
Yeah, exactly. You got all bits and pieces, and we don't even know what's going on.
Sounds like people should reach out to Peyton as well as whoever this guy is that Christina was trying to hook up with. See if she said anything to him like, oh, I know where he is, or he's not coming back, or, you know, whatever somebody could say. That would be important. Sarah, you froze again. Just so. I'm sorry. Sarah, we
What's
can't.
the guy's name you guys are
talking? This guy that Christina wanted to hook up with, but you're freezing again really bad.
We can hear you, but you're freezing.
Yeah, and I think the audio is actually coming in and out. When you talk to someone off camera, is that someone on a computer? Could you guys maybe switch and he could watch on the phone and you could be on the computer? That's an option. Deanne Humble. I'm sorry.
I was talking to my son. He's like, you sound really bad. You're like breaking in and out because they're watching it on their phone. Is it better?
Deanne Humble. Well, when you were just explaining that, it was, but it sounds like it broke up at the end.
Okay.
You sound good now. I just want to ask this quick because the chat's kind of piling up a question. So, what is the deal with Salado Creek? Deanne asks. Does anyone?
Salado Creek. Okay. I don't know how many people are like into like the whole medium thing. I went and spoke to a medium, and we kind of got directed to that creek in San Antonio that's right down the road from the hotel room. And so that kind of, in the back of my mind, well, not in the back, but it's been right there in my mind that maybe that's where we find him, because the medium I talked to is like, he's in water, he's in grass. I don't know how many people believe in this stuff, but we've been desperate. Went everywhere. Salado Creek is part of it's called John's Park, and it's right down the road. And so that's where we were trying to get the detectives to go search that creek. That's what Salado Creek is. It's John James Park.
Yeah, John James Park, and he mentioned James.
You heard the audio of the whole medium, and James in Louisiana. You figure that out, you're gonna find him. That's what we were told, and that's what the Salado part comes from.
Oh, Sarah, Dr. Donut made a good point. If you guys are all using the same Wi-Fi, it's because like your husband or whatever and your kids are all using the Wi-Fi to watch you, so that's messing up your feed probably. Maybe you could turn Wi-Fi off and try to see if you can use the regular.
They're all watching so they can hear it.
Yeah, maybe you could, if you turn the Wi-Fi off and just use maybe the regular phone's bandwidth, that's an idea. Carrie M, I am her sister. Who's sister?
That's her sister.
Oh.
That's Christina's.
Oh, okay. So Christina's sister is in the chat, guys, if she wants to answer. It's up to her if she wants to answer questions.
So, Carrie, what do you think that happened? Did your sister mention anything to you?
She said she did not commit suicide. She told people she wanted to commit suicide. Then Gina took her to the hospital. I'll keep putting Carrie's comments up as she answers. So we got comments about the suicide, but then Carrie, try to let everyone tell their side. Carrie saying it was not. So
I guess we'll find out once we get the toxicology reports. Right now, it's allegedly that she took her life. So otherwise, we won't know.
And did you say something about missing pills that led you to believe that?
Supposedly, her sister mentioned that. Sarah, then the sisters that she lived with in Florida, did she say that?
Tanya Lovelace, her other sister, one, Tanya Lovelace is the one that lives in Orlando, the one that she was staying with after she left Texas. She's the one I went and got Wanda from. She's the one that told me that Christina had stole 90 pills from her before she left to Boston. It was her prescription for it was her sister's prescription that she had stole it from.
Okay.
Did that break up? Sorry.
No, we got you.
Yeah, we got you. So about a month from her passing after Juan disappeared. Why I didn't hear the dispatcher say anything about the license plate. Why does he go?
No, my nephew said they're getting me in the car, license plate number, and then the phone went dead.
Oh, they're getting me in the car, because that's what I was asking.
He says they're putting me in the car, license plate number is, and then that's when his phone went dead.
Oh, so they try to stuff him in a car allegedly, and he runs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that.
I heard him say, "I can see the car right now. The license plate number." And that's when he stopped running.
Oh, I can see a car now.
I can see the car now. The license plate number, and then he goes running.
Okay. Just trying to show some pictures of him for anybody new to the stream. Please keep an eye out, of course. Let me see. And did anyone see her body? Neil has asked if anyone's seen her body. Carrie says yes, she did see her. And she also said this is your sister. She contacted the detectives herself because she was weary of her sister's story. So Carrie says she was in the hospital for 15 hours before they found her dead. Okay.
She was under suicide watch, so no one's going to be able to get into her room unless they're a doctor. So something happened, whether she took the pills before she went in and said she was suicidal, or something happened. But again, until we get the toxicology report, we don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've told people that story before, and they're like,
Carrie says, he says the car's right there, and Christina says there's no car, baby.
Yeah, I don't hear Christina's voice and at that last part, so I'm not sure what you listened to there, but no. Sarah, did you hear Christina's voice in that one?
No, before, when he starts to walk outside, she's like, "Baby, please stop." That's what I heard. Because he's like, "Yeah, I can see." He got confident. He's like, "I can see the car right here. Plate numbers," and when tone changed in that moment, he got real confident, and then that's when everything where it is now, whatever that is, followed up to what happened.
Okay, Amanda, bring a fourth. Oh, I think you're breaking up. I thought you would stop speaking. Sorry, but I think you're just breaking up again. Do you want to maybe tell one of the kids, since they can kind of, well, they probably want to hear us too, because I think they're using up all your bandwidth. I don't think we're going to be able to hear you because you're all sharing the Wi-Fi.
No, I'm on the Wi-Fi.
Oh, you're not on it?
Let me see. I'll go back to the Wi-Fi.
Lauren Mock says, I spoke to Christina shortly after Juan ran off, and she told me the same thing she told everyone: he was hallucinating. So she's claiming, I guess, that there was no car and no guys, that's the hallucination, I would guess. Lily?
The 911 call says otherwise, so.
Yeah, no, I just mean whatever she's trying to say,
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Listen, we all want answers like everybody else, but we want answers because we want my nephew home.
For sure. Okay. So I always try to do this, around this point in the interview. It's really important. But just so you know, sometimes people do get a little upset with it. So I try to give you a little forewarning, but it is probably the most important part of the interview, judging on how exactly things played out. But if he is out there for whatever reason, choosing to hide or protect you guys from something or anything like that,
That's not even possible.
Well, if you can speak to him directly anyway, do you have something that you want, a message you want to get directly to him?
He needs to contact home, but it's not even possible. That's not my nephew. My nephew would have reached out to us a long time ago. My nephew would have reached out to us by now. At this point, we don't. With all this time that's passed by, we know my nephew is not alive. We just want him home. And if anybody has something for us to go on, we will use that. But at this point, we know that my nephew's not this is not my nephew. He would have reached out to us a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone, please, in the other room. Sorry, guys, I got a couple of people over. So, give me 1 second. I don't know if we lost you. Sarah, you still there?
I'm here.
Okay. Is there, I mean, we got some things in the chat going on, but is there anything that that I didn't think to ask that you want to make sure it gets out there? That's important just in relation to him, or a story you want to tell, or anything like that we didn't cover?
The police department has definitely dismissed this case and acted like it's not a serious case, and it's very upsetting to us. And they do have Christina's phone, her cell phone that she had when she died, and we've gotten nothing from that. We've gotten nothing from the cell phone that he had on him when he took off running. We don't know where that phone is. There's been zero help from the San Antonio Police Department, and I do put a lot of blame on them. I don't know what involvement Christina had. I know it will come to light. I know there was something she had to have known. She was scared to tell people. I just hope we find him. Know how we're gonna. I know he's not here anymore. Know that for sure. We just want him home. We all want him home. He deserves exactly what Christina got and exactly what everybody else is getting. Most people, not everybody. I don't know what's going on in San Antonio. It's a lot different than the rest of America. It's very crazy out there. But something is not right. We need to get to the bottom of this, and we're going to do anything and everything we can, best believe it, to get to the bottom of this and bring him home. His family needs him. His children need him. We all need him home. Yeah. You know, he's not, this is not him. This is not normal. They're looking at him like he's just this, they don't know him. He's just this missing thug, and, you know, they're used to this thug kids that are doing drugs. That's not him. That's not the person he was. And I'm very disgusted with the San Antonio Police Department. I'm very disgusted with Texas, period. I think it's an awful place to go. And since you have a huge following, I think everybody should know, don't go out there. Do not go out there, because this is happening daily to people all the time. And this is my family too. I've been, you know, we've known each other. I'm 36 years old. I've known him since I was 13 years old. This is, you know, crushing our family, our whole family. He has a huge family that has always been there for him. And something's just not right. Something's not right with the whole story Christina told us, and something's not right about Texas, period. And we just want him home, and we want help that we all deserve.
Absolutely. And I pray that this gets out to somebody who knows something, because like a lot of people in the chat have said, somebody knows, somebody always knows something. The problem is people know little pieces and they think like, this won't help, because they don't realize like 50 little pieces. And when the right two come together, you solve it. Tina Fisher. So if you know anything, please, guys, come forward. Anything, even if you think they already know it, it's not important, it's not significant enough, it's important. Come forward. Bettina Fisher asks, what about the person, the security guard that made the 911 call? I was going to ask about that as well.
We haven't had access to that 911 call. So supposedly he did make a 911 call, but we don't. When Detective Bias, so supposedly when he had contacted San Antonio, they were supposed to be sending him everything, and I don't know whether he got it or not, but we didn't hear that one.
Do you know why he even thought to call 911? Was he saying Juan was acting erratically or something, or running, or?
No, he's seen that he was being chased. Supposedly, that's what he has said, that he helped my nephew and dropped him off, I think, at the gas station or something.
Wait. He's saying he gave him a ride?
Yeah, and
Oh.
that's why San
They won't
Antonio.
give us.
Yeah, that's why San Antonio missing person said technically he's not missing because we had an official seen him, and since he was seen, we can't consider him missing, and he's 35 years old. So, but
And
we
he got
don't
a
have
courtesy.
access to the 911 call. You
Am
got
I
what?
still breaking up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Am I
a
still
little
breaking
bit.
up?
You're better, but a little bit.
Take your phone with you and see.
Plug it into the laptop, and if it'll change over.
Oh, that's better. Sorry, you came in clear there.
Okay.
I know that always happens. When people say, "Can you hear me?" It's like, "Yeah, we hear you good," and then it starts.
Exactly. I think that what is happening here is the police officer is claiming that on got from that hotel, very good friends with the woman that's the manager of that hotel room, and that's where we got that information from, was the manager of that hotel room that they were staying at. Now, I think they're just trying to take the heat off that hotel room. They don't want it investigated. They don't want the police there. It's going to make it look bad on that hotel. Period.
Yeah, but that guy
Because
is now,
nobody giving us
admittedly,
proof
the
of
last.
that.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, there was a delay, I think.
They had
I didn't mean
proof
to.
of that.
You're
told-
breaking up.
And then when I called myself and asked for it, all of a sudden he said, "Oh, let me see if I find it." Then the other tells me, "You're gonna have to get that same the footage of that," because they said the detective or the police officer that gave him the courtesy ride had a body camera on, and that we're gonna have to get that footage of Juan the same way we got the 911 call. Even though he already told us that he saw it and he was going to send it to us, now he's telling us, no, you're going to have to get it the same way the 911 call is. Okay, well, what's the security officer's name that supposedly gave him this ride? They can give that to us. They can't figure it out. They don't know what his name is. So how do they have all this information?
Okay, guys, try not to fight in the chat. I know, obviously, this is an emotional thing. When I talked to Chelsea police, they had no idea what I was talking. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to catch up here, make sure we didn't miss anything. There's a lot of stuff going on in the chat. Lily, Carrie asked, "Can we be in contact with you?"
I'll speak with my sisters and we'll decide as a family whether we want to do that or not.
Okay. All right, give me one moment. Does anyone else have?
But I appreciate that she put out the offer.
Okay. Well, let's go over. You can think if there's anything we missed, by all means, make sure we bring it up. But let's kind of give everyone the information if they want to send a tip, an idea, anything like that. Whether you know something, think you might know something. Like I said, just have an idea. You can contact Chelsea Mass Police at 617-466-4855. I'm assuming you could also call San Antonio Police, right? Do any of the flyers have that? Yeah.
The flyer has the case number on it.
Okay, yeah. So, okay, there's Chelsea again. Okay, well, the law enforcement case number is 20, that's 20-1 14730F. That's the law enforcement case number. And then it says cause number 20-20193. Okay. Well, you guys see it there on screen, right? Do I have it pulled? I don't have it pulled up. I do that every broadcast. Sorry, guys. Okay. So there at the bottom is the case number that I just read off. Here also is an email. If you guys can see, that's for Marlyn. If you wanted to send information to her. I also have linked Juan's Facebook page under this video. Is that the best place for them to send information, Lily? Is there, or do you want to give your personal Facebook?
To my sister. No, that email is my sister's email. We're trying to have just one person take the lead with detective bias, because when you have too many captains on a ship, it doesn't work. So Nana's contact is perfect.
Okay, and that's this one, Santiago.
Marlyn. Yeah.
Okay, and it's Marlyn is the spelling.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure there's no I. Okay, and so that would be the best place to do it, and then join Juan's group on Facebook if you want to.
Yeah, they can post there too.
Yeah, for sure. But it sounds like any personal message, send them to that email we had on the screen there. Can you yell that to me? Sorry, guys, just trying to catch up in the chat. A lot of comments. Guilty. Sarah, Lily and Juan's family, is there anything we can do to help you guys? I'm willing to do whatever you need. So we get it's got a lot of people showing support, and then we get a few people fighting.
I don't even know who she is, but yeah, just share. All we can do is watching these guys to share his story.
Yeah, I think a lot of times people in the chat just offer help. What's that, Sarah?
Yeah.
I went to junior and senior prom with Jamie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you know her. Yeah, okay.
You guys met him. You guys met her, I mean.
Oh, okay.
It's been a long time. You met.
Probably. Yeah. It's been, since this has happened, so many people, like all his friends, I didn't even know he had so many friends, but especially Everett, a lot of people have reached out and stuff, and they shared, and everyone's sharing. So we definitely appreciate the support. Someone's got to know something. Someone's got to see something. And Jason, thank you for giving us the opportunity, to speak about my nephew, because you allowed us to to extend the word, and everybody else in the chat room,
For sure. Elizabeth, the Facebook is linked below.
Now you're breaking up.
Oh, how about now? Am I still breaking up? I'm still breaking. Okay. Yeah, Elizabeth.
Yep.
I'm breaking up again.
I can hear you.
Okay. They usually say they can hear me. But the Facebook is below, Elizabeth, if you can hear me. The link is below. What is it? Find Juan Santiago? Is that the name of the group?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or finding something. Okay. I have it linked down there. I just can't see it in the screen. Okay. Well, again, if there's anything there's absolutely no rush. So if there's anything that I didn't think to ask, and no one in the chat asked, feel free to tell us if you want to, whether it be a detail about any tattoos, identifying marks, anything like that you want.
I don't think my nephew has a tattoo. I think I don't know. Sarah, does he have a tattoo?
Doesn't.
I mean,
doesn't.
I've never seen a tattoo. Juanchito tiene un tatuaje? No. I just asked my father, but I don't think so. I think the only thing with Juanchito, he had that, like, the chip tooth, but I don't think my nephew had. I think he does not have a tattoo. I don't think.
No, he has none.
Okay. Is there anything that if there's a guy walking down the street that resembles him, is there anything? Does he have a scar on his hairline, or anything you can think of for someone to look and say, "Oh, is that one?"
My nephew always wore hats. Like, whatever outfit he had on, he matched it with his hat.
It might be a Boston hat too, right? I noticed he had a lot.
Yeah, so all Boston hats. Like, yeah. But
We do that when we go
no.
out of state. We always represent with the Boston hat. So keep an eye.
Yeah, all the time. No, but my nephew's always been a hat wearer. He wears hats all the time. If you notice all his pictures, he has different hats on. That was one of his, vices. We like bags. He loved his hats, so he had tons of hats. That was his addiction, was the hats.
Okay, that's likely. And typical dressing style, or do you know any specific clothes he had on him down there that people could look for?
No, I mean, she said when I spoke with her, she said that when he ran off, he had sweats and no sneak. Like he had sweats and I don't even think she said he had shoes on. She was breaking up and stuff, so he didn't have none of his clothes. But I think Sarah, you got his clothes now, right?
I have one of his bags.
Yeah.
He had a green Celtic sweater and no hat and no shoes.
Okay. No shoes. Oh yeah, because he would have been running, obviously. Wow. Okay. I don't know how far you could get with no shoes running around a major city, but
right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I'm so sorry for what you're going through.
Sorry. This also happened. It was Fort Sam Houston, Motel 6. That's the exact location of where he was.
Fort Sam, that's like the section of San Antonio, or?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Do you know the street,
Houston.
just in case anyone's in the area? I think you're breaking up, Sarah. Okay. Dr. Donut says San Antonio has become infested with the Mexican cartel. Hopefully he'll turn up. Family needs closure.
Yeah, we do. We need closure. We need something.
Yeah.
For sure. And I belong to hundreds of groups online on Facebook, true crime groups. So I'll be up till about 5 this morning putting this everywhere I can. So I do it every time I do a video. So I'll get it to hundreds of people. And I belong to at least like 4 groups in Texas, specific true crime Texas groups. So hopefully it gets to someone who knows something.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome, guys. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Sarah. You guys
Sarah,
have done an
hugs
awesome
and kisses
job.
to the kids.
Oh, of course. Love you. They see you.
Love you.
You guys have done an awesome job. You represented Juan very well today. I want you to know that.
Thank you.
All right. All right. We'll see you guys soon. We'll be in touch very shortly.
Okay. Good night.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining. Check out Be United. The links are below.
Okay.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Good night.